I was working from home when the construction crew arrived, their voices drifting through my window as they set up scaffolding against the brick facade of our building. At first, it was just background noise while I typed away on my laptop, responding to emails and finishing reports. The clang of metal poles and the scrape of equipment blended into the usual symphony of city sounds I'd learned to tune out over the years. Then I heard something that made my blood run cold. They were speaking Romanian, and I understood every single word. I grew up in Bucharest until I was 12, living in a cramped apartment near Piața Unirii with my parents and grandmother. My family moved to Brooklyn when my father got a job opportunity, but we kept our language alive at home for years. My mother insisted on it, refusing to let us forget where we came from. Now, listening to these workers outside my third-floor window, that language came flooding back like muscle memory, each word crystal clear despite years of disuse. For the first few days, their conversations were completely normal. They talked about soccer games and argued about which team would win the league. They complained about expensive groceries and the rising cost of everything. They discussed the weather, their families back home, and how much they missed Romanian food. I learned their names without meaning to, their voices becoming familiar. Victor was the older one in charge, his voice gravelly from years of smoking. Stefan complained constantly about everything. The other two, Dimitri and Luca, mostly stayed quiet and followed orders. Then everything changed on Thursday afternoon. Victor's voice dropped low as he told the others he'd been checking apartments through the windows while they worked. He knew which ones were empty during the day, which had expensive electronics sitting on desks, which had weak locks that wouldn't take much effort to bypass. He'd been casing the entire building. I realized with growing horror, treating their legitimate construction job as an opportunity for reconnaissance. My apartment, he said with casual confidence, would be easy. The bedroom window faced the scaffolding directly. Old lock that looked original to the building. Good laptop visible on the desk inside. In and out in 5 minutes, maybe less. They were planning to break in tonight at 11 o'clock. My hand shook as I reached for my phone, my heart pounding so hard I could feel it in my throat. But what could I tell the police? That I'd overheard something in a language they couldn't verify? That I had a bad feeling about the construction workers? They'd think I was paranoid, another anxious city dweller jumping at shadows. I needed proof, something concrete they couldn't dismiss. I opened my laptop and started recording. The audio app captured Victor explaining their entire plan in Romanian, his voice clear through my open window. Parked 2 blocks away on the side street. Come through the back alley where there were no security cameras. Hit 5 apartments total, starting with the 5th floor and working down. Take only small electronics that could fit in backpacks. Be gone before midnight. I grabbed my phone and carefully filmed them through the window, capturing their faces clearly in the afternoon light. Victor with his gray mustache and weathered face. Stefan with a distinctive scar running down his left cheek. Dimitri's completely shaved head and thick neck. Young Luca with his dark curls and nervous energy, barely 20 years old. Then Victor pointed directly at my bedroom window, describing exactly how he'd popped the lock with a flathead screwdriver, demonstrating the twisting motion with his hands while the others watched and nodded. That's when I realized I had something these criminals never expected. I had their complete confession, their faces, their detailed plan, and they had no idea I understood every word they'd said. They thought their language was a shield, protecting their secrets in plain sight. I called the police with evidence they couldn't ignore. That night, officers were waiting when 4 men approached our building through the alley, tools in hand. The look on Victor's face when the detective spoke to him in Romanian was something I'll never forget.